Alright, we got guys over here that don't weld that much, and while we're just sitting around, we just put them to work, and we're doing some more work back on the Cuddy, and we got a bunch of holes that need to be welded, and this is a perfect time to just practice welding. And we made patches, and now they're filling in all these holes, and we did that front bumper on a previous video. The same thing goes on. We gotta patch all these holes, and then all these little plugs are punched out of metal. You just hold them back there and they tack them in, and then we gotta grind them and then bond over the top of it, and then we're gonna paint it black. We're doing this on the cheap. Now, that was a big old rust hole, so we just got rid of the rust, and then I'll show you the piece that we're gonna be eliminating, because the way to improve speed is eliminating weight. And I got a bad back, but I mean, you can see this is a big chunk of iron. Back in '73, the laws were changed to make a car take a 5-mile-an-hour impact crash without having any kind of insurance work done. So they made cars with big bumpers that stuck out. And every guy that has an old car now, they cut this stuff off and they want to tuck their bumpers in. We're just going to leave the bumper the original size, but just eliminate a lot of this heavy weight. We'll just have the skin, which is a lot stronger than what most cars have. It's got a big bumper already. Today you're going to see the difference between just having a bumper like they did back in the 70s, and we're going to take off the shock absorber guardrail force bumper that was for 5 miles per hour. We're going to take that off the back just to make it less weight, and then we're going to use this one, and you got to have some pieces so that it fills in gaps, and we'll rip that one off, and then we'll show you how heavy that is. I wouldn't even be able to lift it up. You can see where the rubber strip used to go in there. These rubber strips are expensive. Then there's a rubber guard that goes across here. That's expensive. We're doing this on the cheap. And after it's all filled, just like the front bumper, then you won't notice any of the dents. The process of taking this off, we got to take measurements and stuff, so this filler panel ends up, this bumper ends up in the same place. So this gas door can, you can't even open it right now. So we'll get that so it works.
We just took a sledgehammer and beat the bottom of this bumper out. You can see how far back we got it to move. Now this opens. So we're going to go with this measurement when we install the new bumper.
We should weigh this and see how much we lost just banging the bumper. It's all rusty. They get a kick out. All the people that watch these videos, they can't believe Wisconsin cars rust out this fast. So you see this bracket here is where the end of the frame is, and you see this bracket here, and that's going to this big girder that holds this chrome skin on the outside. So we got to measure this distance between the frame and these bolt holes so that this skin will end up being the same distance, so the gas tank door will still open. The license plate light had to be disconnected, and now this is a two-man job getting this bumper off, so I'm going to have an assistant. Still got a bolt hole in the shotgun?
No, you just gotta pull your ends out. Your ends gotta come out, Paul.
Oh. 90 pounds. 90.8. This is just the outer skin. 32.6.
So we need to keep this plastic part for the bumper filler. So when we scallop it, it'll probably be like this.
To minimize on fabrication, we're using the metal that's here, and you'll just see where X's and saves are. He's going to cut out most of the metal. A lot of people would probably say, why don't you just make a little piece of square tubing to hold this on, but it's already here, and it's going to hold these things that keep the header or that filler panel in. So he's just gonna make it lighter by eliminating as much metal as he can.
Here's a single rear shock for the back bumper. Weighing at 7 pounds. That'll be an easy 14 pounds knocked off of it. So just this piece is 31 pounds. The original plan was to bolt the bottom, but I can actually save some more weight by welding it. Since we eliminated that rubber strip, we have to weld the top of it anyway, so it's going to be one piece. It's kind of a contour here, so I'm going to save that for strength and start chopping away at it. I was thinking I could cut those bottom tabs off, but looking at this, I think I'll just leave them on there. At this point, I should say this is not going to be a street car anymore. It sucked to get rear-ended in this, especially since the car has a fuel cell in the trunk there. I was going to cut these corners off too, but I think I'll just leave them on there. So I'll just knock these clips off, and we'll get a weight before we grind it. You'll be seeing this for the first time with me. So 17. So we cut off a few pounds there. Here it is after a couple hours of grinding. I decided I'm just going to weld on either side of these mounting holes. There and there. And I went over all the cuts with the torch. Try to get all that slag off of there and flatten it out some. Not the prettiest thing, but you're not going to see it. If this car gets hit, it's going to be trash. So I think we'll hit it with the flap wheel, and then maybe the wire wheel, and then it'll be ready to permanently mate to the skin.